Okay. Understand, dear one, that which makes us feel safe are our patterns, right? Safety is a feeling of predictability. It's a feeling of connection, and we can stay connected when we have an understanding of something. And when life becomes predictable, well, then we have an understanding of it that we can connect with, thus we can feel safe. Okay? So safety is a root chakra experience. The root chakra also holds the foundation of yourself. So we talked a lot about souls being in these different vibrational levels. Right? Please understand that you're in all the levels at the same time, and the beauty of the human structure is that each chakra has its own definition, and you're learning how to discover yourselves through these definitions. So root chakra is about knowing who you are as a human being, and that's the beginning of yourself as your soul's evolution. So a first chakra soul is learning who they are. They're discovering themselves. They're defining themselves. They're learning about who they are, right? Okay, so what makes us feel safe, what makes us feel connected, which makes us feel trusting, like we can participate, is a knowing of who we are, which in this human reality, of course, extends to a knowing of how the world works. As you undergo changes, and this is for all of you, as you undergo changes, who you know you are and what you know about life is also transforming. And so the root chakra that holds this knowledge, this predictability, this understanding of life is being asked to change as well. When we start to introduce a new way of thinking, we're not sure if it's going to give us the results we want. In meditation, you're feeling very peaceful, very loving, very empowered. And then you go downstairs and you talk to your family members, you talk to your spouse perhaps, and this old self starts coming up that feels shut down and afraid and held back. And you were just feeling so open and free like yourself in meditation. And the old self starts appearing when you're in your relationships again, but then you remember the meditative state and you say, no, I'm not going to shrink back down. I'm going to be me. And then you start feeling your heart and feeling so happy. You're being yourself in this present moment with your family members present. And then they start talking to you. And then you start speaking from that newer state, but you don't know in your human mind yet how they're going to respond. So you start becoming afraid. Will they love me? Will they accept me? Will they reject me? Will they think I'm strange? And so there's anxiety because you don't yet know if this new way of creating is going to give you the results you want. There's no knowledge to feel safe with. There's no pattern yet established that can give us a feeling of safety. So the root chakra holds that which is firm, that which we can rely upon, that which is predictable, that which gives us a sense of ourselves and a sense of the world, right? It's predictable, it's a repeatable experience, therefore it creates a held definition, a held understanding, and it gives us this feeling of safety and security. We can trust in that understanding and thus live the life we want to live. All your patterns have this earth element root chakra quality. No matter if you're an 8th dimensional being or a 1st dimensional being, right? All of these chakras are integrated in your human experience and they're all a part of your process. So the whole world is changing. It changed very quickly. Everyone's lives have changed very quickly. And what's predictable, what makes us feel safe, what makes us feel like I know what my life's going to be like in the future, I know how things work, all of that has been turned upside down in smaller or greater ways. Right? So much instability. Right? So much instability. And if a person doesn't know themselves as a creator, they're going to feel afraid. They're going to feel the world controls me. And I don't know what the world's going to be like in the future. I don't know what I can rely upon right now. I'm told not to trust the people around me. They can harm me. They can kill me with this. We won't even call it a virus because please, dear one, realize it's very much a state of mind that they're passing along. They're not passing along a virus. They're passing along an understanding about a virus, right? So this information, right, is telling me that I should be afraid of everyone else, right? They can hurt me, they can harm me, they can take my life, right? So we're feeling very, very afraid that we can't connect, we can't rely upon anything else. But before, for hundreds of years, I relied upon my neighbors to build a society, to give me food, to give me shelter. And now they're saying I cannot rely upon them. I can't rely upon these people. I cannot trust them, right? So the whole world is changing, and we're taught to not feel safe. We're taught that we can't do what we used to do, right? Everything's changing. So yes, there's a lot of people going through anxiety, but the solution to this is to align with your heart and to say, okay, now's a perfect opportunity to create what we want. You see, if the old pattern has been taken away from us, then there's new opportunity to introduce new understanding, to introduce what I want into my life. If someone takes away my job, now I have all of this time to create what I really want to put into my life as my new occupation, right? If the world says you can't do what you used to do, that's an invitation to create something new. How we look at this is so important. So when you're having your own personal anxiety, realize that at the same time, it's an invitation to introduce something new that's going to give you a feeling of safety, something new that you can rely upon. But you have to trust yourself, because that's the cure for personal anxiety. You have to see yourself as a creator and trust that you can be your best self, that the world will receive it. So if you're talking to your family members, being this open-hearted, loving person that you're not used to expressing, but that you feel inside, you have to trust and you have to know that your family members are going to support you. You have to trust and know that my life is going to align with my creation, and this energy is so important that I want to bring it through. I want the world to experience it. I want my life to be based upon it. So the whole world's been taken out of its patterns and made to feel unsafe. And the people causing this, who are trying to be in control, what they don't realize is they're actually helping everybody. They're helping everybody by removing the old patterns, because that gets people to think. That gets people to build new understanding. That gets people to trust in themselves. When that which you used to trust in is not here, you have to build something new. You have to find it in yourself. What they want you to do, what these powers want you to do, is disempower humanity, right? And convince humanity you don't have any power, you have to rely upon us, right? You'll hear that in their messages all the time, right? But when we're more awakened, we realize, no, we have to rely upon ourselves. We have to trust within ourselves. We have to express our truth, our love, our empowerment within ourselves. We are being encouraged right now to find ourselves as creators. And that's what gives us the feeling of trust, the feeling of safety, and the feeling of empowerment. It's a beautiful experience right now. It's really a wonderful experience. We want you all to see this. This is so perfectly designed. And sometimes you might look only at pieces and parts and not see the big picture, and you might get afraid. And you might see their messages and get upset. But when you see the big picture, what you're going to realize is that this is exactly what is needed to get every soul to open their eyes a little more, and to open their hearts a lot more, and to find their power that they've never found before within themselves. Remember, dear ones, true power is seeing who we are and adding into our lives what we want. No one has power over you, not at all. And this is what human beings are realizing, that they are creators. It's beautiful. It's an amazing time to be in this world. So love it and celebrate it. Bring happiness into it. Truly, truly, dear ones. And you personally, with your anxiety, bring happiness into it, because this is the old self falling away. The anxiety is the part of yourself that once held on really tight to limiting concepts. You're living a new way, and the old self is breaking down. And during that process of breaking down, anxiety comes up from the old self, not the new self. The new self is expanding. The old self's dissolving. And in that process of dissolving, what made the old self feel safe has already been removed. And that's why anxiety is there in the automatic thoughts and in the automatic feelings, in the old self. So trust this process. Keep aligning with who you are. You're that chakra, that fifth chakra creator. You're that empowered being of light. You're that heart chakra creator. You're that energy of love and freedom and happiness and celebration, also compassion. You're that third chakra creator. You're that empowered energy that wants to shine into your reality. You're that second chakra creator. You're that radiant, embracing, nourishing energy, that feel-good quality of life. And you're that root chakra creator. You're that foundational understanding that makes you feel solid and safe and connected. You are all of these creative aspects expressing inside of your sixth chakra awareness that sees and understands, that observes what's going on here and puts the pieces together, that perceives higher things at work right now in life. And you're that seventh chakra creator. You're that creative wisdom that knows that everything is one and everything is the same. It's all self, it's all God. It's all divine. You're this human being creating your reality. Align with the highest ones, align with all the ones as they mature. You'll have a wonderful experience here, all of you will.